This is Yuki's first race in a Red Bull at his home GP. A dream debut, I'm very sure. With that being said, though, we're going to try and take his Red Bull from the very last place on the grid to try and win at his home GP. Of course, on F124. With that being said, let's get onto the grid and straight into the action. So here we are on the grid, and of course it's F124. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to be borrowing Sergio Perez's car. This is the setup that we're going to be running for today's challenge. So it's a lower downforce, slightly adjusted time trial setup. So feel free to take your notes and write it down. Use it in your own challenge if you wish to do so. And also, if you do this challenge at home, feel free to post your results down in the comments so we can compare how we get on. This will be my race strategy, starting on the medium compound tyres, going to softs later on as well. 26.7 on the fuel. Getting onto the grid, building up the lights, 5 lights on. And here we go, lights out, and away we go. Actually getting a much better start than Wan Yu Zhou, and that kind of compromised us actually. But now we need to turn off our battery and sort of give the AI space so we can pick our racing line down into turn 1. Just about keeping on the track. Is that around the outside of 3 cars? That might well be up the inside of Ricardo. Kind of being a bit greedy here, not going to lie, but we do get away with it. That is simply lovely. Big snap of oversteer. Short shift to 5th. AI is side by side up ahead, so we can maybe get a momentum on Gasly. Yes, we can. And already up into P14. Won't get up the inside of Hulkenberg there, so no point even trying. Right, all over the back end. The AI always breaks early here on lap 1. So how many can we get? 1. We can only get 2 in that situation. I think it would have been a bit silly to be going for Ocon as well. So yes, of course, equal car performance for today's video, because if I was driving the Red Bull against realistic car performance with the AI, I think it would be a bit unfair. So just to add a bit more challenge, I had every AI set to the same level with equal car performance, so then we can really challenge our way through on this quite difficult to overtake track and see how we can stack up against them over a whole race distance. Coming towards the end of lap 1 now, and you see AI are pretty quick in a straight line. Even with what I thought was the low wing configuration, they still seem to be gapping me on the straights. Really critical to see what we could do in sector 1 then. Already down to 28% battery, not optimal as we are on the mediums. They're on the softs. All over the back of Ocon now in the hairpin. That's much better. We're much closer to him now. A little thing about Japan, it's so easy to use your overtake button on this straight, forgetting that you're running flat out for such a long time to end sector 2 and start sector 3 down this next following straight. And we are all over the back of Ocon, not able to pick up the same traction as him though. But we're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna turn off our overtake button right now. And we're gonna turn it on a bit later to try and get a run on him into the chicane. Start picking off these cars as we're going to be looking around the outside of him in the braking zone into the chicane. Keep it clean, keep the car on the inside line, look for a good traction, and that is a lovely jubbly up into P11 now to come back at us. Yeah, 10 laps to go and 10 places to make up to be able to win this race here today. Into the hairpin. That is nicely done. Back down to 4 tenths. So, seems like our advantage is in the hairpin and towards the end of the straight where our lower drag configuration is really coming in clutch. And yeah, you can see those soft tyres are already starting to degrade because we're way faster in the medium speed corners compared to we were against Ocon the lap before. Can we do the same trick actually? I think we can. Turn on our overtake button to Piastri and now looking around the outside of him in the chicane. And I think this might become a bit of a trademark move for us against the AI in this race. Oh, big snap of oversteer. We're definitely further though. We made a bit of a mistake. So we're going to try and save the battery this lap. We probably are not close enough to Bottas to make a run of it into chicane. But we will try on the pit straight. If we can have a good chicane through here, through the right, through the left. And it's going to be a bit average, to be honest. Can we be close enough to Bottas to make anything happen? We do need to continue to make forward momentum. We are going to get a bit of speed on him down the inside. He has his light flashing, and that... Oh, there was a bit of contact there. Ooh. All right. Okay, let's have a look at that. Because I think Bottas turned in on me here. I think he did turn in on me. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think I was completely entitled to this part of the track. And I think the AI turned into me a bit. But look how close that car was to not being saved. Shoosh. Look at that from third-person camera. And yeah, that was... Don't know what's happening there. Okay. Anyway, back to the race. Don't know if anyone saw that thing with the rear of the car. Anyway, we are now past Bottas, and we are going to be making our way forward. Lewis Hamilton, of course, in P8 up ahead. Big snaps of oversteer as we're coming up over the hill. Probably turned on our battery too soon, and that led to an extra horsepower deployment, of course. So now all over the back of Lewis, and we're going to be trying to make the position going into chicane late on the brakes. Again, doing our signature move, getting it done. And now you can see actually Max is in the pit stop. Lewis is in the pit stop, so we didn't actually need to go for that move on him. But nevertheless, we got the track position, and we're going to be all over the back of Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and some, that looks like a Toro Rosso, AlphaTauri up ahead, or Vita Cash up ahead of us, you can see. Right, so yeah, more than likely the AI are going to be boxing at the end of this lap, so I just need to stay within DRS detection of them, and anything I can save on the battery and not use in a wasteful way would be advantageous later on. Down in chicane, use the curb, lovely jubbly. Let the car rotate, back on the power, yes, you can see all the AI have boxed, and now it is time to cook on this lap. We have this lap, and then lap 8 will be fully into the pit stop. So what can we do, and what pace can we pull out of it? I think once we make our pit stop, Yuki will legitimately be P3 on the track. We've got a nice amount of battery as well to be using aggressively when we come out of the pit lane. I reckon we're going to come out about P8, I think. Don't go wide this time. Nicely done. Unlucky Bollard. Oh, we only got good on the pit stop. Unlucky. Well, it's not unlucky, it's a skill issue, to be honest. Alright, let's see what we can do. A long way coming down the pit lane. A long way. I'm used to being in the sour box, what's a bit further down. Right, Lando Norris, 29.4. Yuki Tsunoda, 29.3. We're going to be coming out behind this pack ahead of Valtteri Bottas. So P9, one place off where expected to be. I think these tyres are going to deg pretty quickly, in all honesty. So we need to be making our moves ASAP. We probably already need to pass Piastri in the hairpin, in all honesty. It's a bit of a tall order compared to how we are right now, or where we are. Oh, we made a mistake. Okay, that's my bad. I tried a new line on the curbing, just didn't work. Yeah, we probably could have passed Piastri if it wasn't for my mistake. We're going to try and get him here, though. Yes, down the inside. We're going to have no battery for the... Oh, big snap. No battery for this straight, though, but I think it was a worth compromise. You can see we're trying to get close enough to Sainz, but I just don't think we have the straight line speed. No, we don't have the straight line speed. We probably don't have the battery to get him on the straight either, so that mistake has really cost us quite a lot with the curb usage. We're going to have to be inventive on Sector 1 here with Carlos Sainz. Not able to go around the outside there. I think it might be game over for Sector 1 here. Oh yeah. I thought I could go for it. I thought I could maybe get the nose in, but Carlos rightfully turned in all honesty. Okay, now we have to get the move on the hairpin. Nice. Right. Now we need to be very, very smart with our ERS. Because again, we kind of wasted it a lot on our outlap. It wasn't very strategical. We banked on getting past Oscar Piastri on the hairpin. And of course, the mistake I made meant that we couldn't. So let's see if we get close enough. If we see that light flashing from Charles Leclerc, we'll have a chance. But honestly, I think we're going to be a bit too far in this situation. Looking for a good hairpin, chicane, I should say. And a good run down the pit straight. And maybe we can get something done. We're going to rely on... This is going to be very similar to Bottas early in the race as we do fastest lap. We are going to have momentum. Can we get him to go defensive even more? Go around his outside. Oh, that was alright. Oh, move's not done yet, though. Side by side. Wheel contact on the exit. After leaving space. There we go. Got the move done eventually. Let's look at Yuki up ahead. Absolutely bossing this race. We probably won't be close enough to Lewis to do a move in the hairpin. Yeah, we'll go for it. Oh, a bit wide. Probably a little bit illegal on that overtake. Only a little bit. Kind of sent it. Kind of didn't keep it on the track. Ugh. Yeah, I do feel a bit bad about that move with Lewis now. Not gonna lie. Okay, we'll let him pass on the straight. We'll let him pass. So I think that wasn't totally right of me. But we'll try to go around his outside though. But yeah, we gave back that advantage. Still side by side with him. And now we can take the position, yeah. Like, I think for sure if we used the rest of our overtake button, we would have held the position against Lewis. But yeah, I think what we did on Spoon Curve was a bit much, to be honest. But anyway, back to the focus point. Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell fighting over the final podium paying position. Again, all we can do down here is just be close, because if they fight, we can maybe take up advantage of a position. Well, looks like they will. But not going to be close enough. Right, need to save a lot of battery for this sector. Maybe get Yuki on the hairpin and get Russell down the back straight, maybe. But that's speaking in very perfect scenarios, let's put it that way. And right now, that gap to Yuki will be too big. Okay, I think we can do it from here. We just about sent it in. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Because I think that was clean. I think that was just about on the limit. It was a massive dive bomb. Yeah, I think that... Okay, that was sweet. I think we literally just got about... We just got away with that, we did. We actually locked up a bit. But I think we literally threaded the needle. Okay, that was good. But now we've lost a bit of ground to George Russell. What I think... Yeah, we pushed through Spoon Curve, took a track limit. But I think the gap might just be a bit too big. It is going to be a bit too big to him. In fact, we're going to be under threat from Yuki and Lewis Hamilton. Can we keep it around the outside of Yuki? We've got no battery deployment left. We're just going to send it down the inside, to be honest. We've got no other option. Get the car stopped on the apex. We just about get it clean around the outside of him. Can we get the position back? Yes, we have. We've gone from last to P4 with the fastest lap, almost losing it to Yuki over the start-finish line again. But yeah, what a race. That was good fun. That was a good one. I do enjoy these little challenges, I do. Of course, Sergio Perez, driver of the day. Cheers for letting me borrow your car, my friend. Cheers, buddy. So, Max Verstappen won the race. Lando Norris, P2. George Russell, P3. Quite a realistic result, if you ask me. But who do you think is going to be the standout driver for the Japanese GP? I've got a feeling Isaac Hadjar is going to do a phenomenal job this weekend. I've just got a feeling about it, especially now he's had the opportunity to get a few more race laps underneath his belt. Everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video as well. The support has been insane on the channel recently, and yeah, I'm really grateful. So hopefully you have a great day, hopefully you have a great weekend, and hopefully you have a great time watching the Japanese GP. With that being said, I've been Brendon Leigh, and I'll catch you in the next video. Grazie, ciao ciao, bye bye.